Today is the day. I know you guys are watching the Super Bowl, but today is the day we talk about this. And this is great news. But we're not just going to stick to the good news about XRP and the CEO of Ripple, right? Brad Garlinghouse. His potential role of having a position in Trump's administration in an advisory role within the council. So we're going to talk about that today and the pros and cons of what could come out to it. So let's just skip all the crap and get straight into the pros and cons of this. Okay, let's get into it, baby. Let's get into it. No lies right here. We're going to get straight into the pros and cons of what this article means and what could possibly happen on the market outlook for the future of XRP when Brad Garlinghouse, hopefully, maybe, or maybe not, gets a position within Trump's administration on the advisory council. Okay, so we're going to go through that today. So on February 9th, 2025, it was announced that Brad Garlinghouse, CEO of Ripple, right, will join former President Donald Trump's Cryptocurrency Advisory Council. This move is anticipated to have significant implications for both Ripple's digital asset, XRP, and the broader cryptocurrency landscape. So that is the broad summary of what we're going to go over today. Okay. Let me know in the comments too what you think about this. And then obviously I read through them. If you go through the other comments and the other videos, I read through majority of them. And then, let me know. I want to start a more engaged channel here so we can get everybody's opinions, everybody's views, go back and forth. It's healthy. Okay. So let's go over the potential benefits. So what are some potential benefits? Well, number one says regulatory influence. So Garlinghouse's position on the advisory council may provide Ripple with a platform to influence forthcoming cryptocurrency regulations, potentially leading to a more favorable environment for XRP and other digital assets. Obviously, it's common sense if Garlinghouse gets a position within the Trump administration on an advisory position. Obviously, Garlinghouse supports Ripple that made XRP and RLUSD, right? So it's kind of, a no-brainer that XRP should continue to move up, bullish, because of, him having a role now in a government position. It's just really not that hard to understand, right? So that is one pro that we could benefit from if he actually gets it. And I'm being honest here, I hopefully really am looking forward to him actually getting a position because, like I said, we're all like a big XRP community, a big XRP family, and we're all invested into it. So I want this to happen. I want this to happen not just for me, but for everybody out there that is involved in XRP. We waited too damn long for XRP to just be stagnant on one whole level for 4 or 5 years and didn't do a damn thing. And now it's actually moving. And it's time for us, the XRP community, to actually get what we deserve, that we've been waiting so long for. So let's continue with market confidence number 2. Okay, so market confidence states the appointment could enhance investor confidence in XRP, which is very important for the community, okay? As evidenced by a notable surge in its price and trading volume following the announcement. For instance, XRP's price increased from 75 cents to 83 cents within an hour, marking a 10.67% rise. Trading volume on major exchanges like Binance also saw a substantial uptick with 1.2 billion XRP traded within the same hour. That is a lot being traded in an hour. That's crazy. That's insane. Up from an average of 800 million. So that's, for it to be traded that much within an hour, that's insane. So it could really boost momentum for XRP like how it did at 75 cents. So hopefully it can, on a minimum scale, boost up another 10.67%. And that would be great because maybe that's just the boost that we need for it to continue while he's getting stuff together for XRP in the office, in the Trump Advisory Council that he would be in, right? So that's great. This is all positive so far, okay? So let's go to number 3 before we head down to what are the cons of him taking this position. Last but not least, for the pro section, would be institutional adoption. With Garlinghouse's involvement in shaping crypto policy, there may be increased institutional interest in XRP. That's just a fact, leading to broader adoption and integration into financial systems. That, my friends, is the key. If, let's say, he gets this position and Trump just says, you know what, forget it. We'll make you part of the advisory council. Wouldn't that, I'm just putting 2 and 2 together. Wouldn't that suggest, just think about it, wouldn't that suggest to people around the globe, institutions, banks, hedge funds, you name it, anything that holds a significant amount of money and transfers money, right? And holds money for investors, for the daily people like you and I, wouldn't that increase interest in XRP? Because you have the CEO now, part of the Trump administration on the advisory council. That would lead, as it says, to a broader adoption and integration into financial systems, no doubt. And that's something that I've been saying ever since I made this channel, is that there's been too much evidence of Ripple and XRP pushing and pushing and pushing to its limits on who they go with, which is great. They're now on certain banks around the world. And Japan, like I mentioned in my previous video, which I'll link somewhere up here, you can watch that, to SBI Holdings. And now they're integrating XRP fully into their system, financial system. So these little stepping stones here and there, XRP has been building relationships from the very beginning of when it was created. And that's something that a lot of these other, cryptos that are the same like XRP, that are on a payment, like a cross-border payment system. Yes, they may be another competition for XRP, but guess what? They don't have the history that XRP has had, where XRP has been able to make relationships year after year and month after month. They've been establishing themselves every single month, year after year. That's the difference. That's why I like XRP, and they've been in the game for a very long time, longer than other of these cross-border payment systems that have came out. So let's continue to the potential drawbacks of what this could mean for XRP and Ripple itself. Okay, so potential drawback number 1 would obviously be political risk. Now you're probably asking, but aren't a lot more people for Trump? Not really, but we're gonna go over that. Aligning with a political figure like Trump could polarize public opinion, potentially alienating stakeholders who oppose his policies or political stance. Very true. Now, this could be bad for XRP if people that don't support Trump hold a big position in these institutions and banks and hedge funds or whatever. If they hold a big position where they can say, even though Brad is in the White House on a crypto council, advisory council, right? AKA the reserve, if they make the reserve, then even though that's happening, I don't feel like I want to support Brad with Brad supporting Trump, because some people just don't like Trump, and that's okay. That's everybody's own opinion. But that is a potential drawback, is hedge funds and all these large institutions could back out from XRP because of Brad's political stance. And I'm not going to lie to you, we're probably going to see that unfold. Some institutions back out from XRP, but when there's some backing out, that means what? Doors are opening for newer people or newer institutions that want to integrate themselves with XRP and an administration staff just like Trump's. Okay, so let's move down to number 2, which is regulatory uncertainty. Okay, so number 2 is regulatory uncertainty. While the advisory role offers a chance to influence policy, there's no guarantee. Now, hear this part. There's no guarantee that the resulting regulations will be favorable to Ripple or the crypto industry at large. And that's true. Just because Brad is in this position, that doesn't mean the price can skyrocket from here. That's not how this works. Just because Brad is in there, Brad would need to make significant changes and actual moves that regard crypto in general, but specifically for XRP. Is Brad gonna try to challenge the old SWIFT systems and actually try to implement XRP in there permanently? Is Brad going to start going to other payment systems right when he's in there and try to integrate with big payment firms? Like, let's say, imagine if he was to go to PayPal, or if he was to go to Venmo, or if he was to go to one of these big companies and say, hey, now that I'm on the advisory council, I am trying to advise you that this could be a good role for your company and for XRP, and it's faster and cheaper. He could do that. But we can go back to number 1, political risk. Some might not want that because he's aligned with Trump. So these are some cons so far that could make XRP not so likable. Okay, so let's move to market volatility in number 3. Okay, number 3, market volatility. Let's go over it right now. The initial surge in XRP's price might be temporary, and the market could experience volatility as investors react to ongoing developments related to the advisory council. So as I mentioned before, just because he's in the advisory council, any little thing that he mentions about XRP could spike XRP or could bring down XRP pretty fast. So if you don't mind those type of surges, then you really kind of don't have nothing to worry about if you're in it for the long run. You just have to stay updated on what's going on with XRP, which is why you have me here, because I'm gonna update you all the time. But it's just gonna not look so good for investors in investors' eyes, because the more volatile and unpredictable a market could be, the more investors and big hedge funds and institutions are gonna be like, you know what? I don't feel comfortable putting my money in such a volatile market. It's very flowy. It's moving around so much, right? I need a steady growth structured market. I don't want something that's anything can tamper with it, any news or whatever Brad wants to say or Trump wants to say once he's in the council, right? So that could be a possible con, and I feel that. I really do feel that, because I would want something that's gradually going up, even if something like a market news or some type of news from the advisory council or Trump administration, or even something from Ripple Labs themselves says it's not going to just go down to the freaking ground because it's so volatile and then shoot back up. That's very unstable. And I personally don't like that. So I think XRP is not that type. I mean, if you look at the charts in the past on the monthly chart, it's not really doing that. It's keeping a good structure. So I think we should be good, but that is something you should be looking out for still, is market volatility if he does get an advisory council. Okay, so once they announced that Brad was going to potentially be part of the advisory council, here are some examples of what happened. So examples of market impact. Price surge following the announcement. XRP's price saw a significant increase, reflecting heightened investor optimism. That's good. That's good for us. But remember, too much of it can be a little skeptical. Okay. But, significant increase over a announcement that has significant impact for Ripple in a positive way is always obviously good, right? And this is a positive thing that Brad can hopefully get this position in the advisory council. All right, if you reach the end of this video, like, subscribe, and comment. I appreciate you guys a lot. I really do. I have really big plans for this channel. But before we get into that, let's talk about the conclusion of the summary, okay? So in summary, Brad Garlinghouse's appointment to Trump's Crypto Advisory Council presents both opportunities and challenges that we went over. While it offers a chance to shape favorable regulatory frameworks and boost market confidence in XRP, which is what we like, it also carries risk associated with political alignment and regulatory uncertainties. You know, whenever there's a positive, there's always going to be a negative. Obviously, we want the positive to come out, but we should always be prepared to see that there's going to be some negative outcomes sometimes happening. And I'm not saying that only positive stuff is coming out of XRP. We might see some political alignment coming in, and we might not see it come in. And yes, it could be big institutions, it could be big hedge funds, it could be anybody out there that holds a significant amount of money that wants to leverage a new global and faster, cheaper payment system. It might not be XRP for some people, and some people it might be XRP. And hopefully Brad's position in the government could help XRP change the minds of big institutions and firms to actually implement it fully into their global payment systems. All right, everybody, I'm out of here. I hope you enjoyed the Super Bowl today. I'm a Rams fan, but congrats to the Philadelphia Eagles for doing such a great job and blowing out the Chiefs. Jalen Hurts, you're the man, boy. Saquon Barkley, MVP, unmatched, man. What a great team, great player. But with that being said, thank you for subscribing to Crypto Buzz, us as a community. We will tackle on much more XRP. We're trying to put out at least 3 to 4 videos a week and keep you guys all updated because I'm trying to stay updated. But I have very big plans for this channel in the future, things that I know you guys will definitely like. It includes you guys. I'm not like all these other channels where they just give out news and updates and reports and don't really include physically our subscribers, right? So down the line, when this channel continues to grow, I want to implement an actual face-to-face with subscribers so that you guys can join the platform. And when I'm actually having some space to have a subscriber here with us and you know what their thoughts are on certain crypto news on XRP, and just have a subscriber every week or once a month to start off with so that we can keep each other engaged and we can all build as a community. So with that being said, thank you for being on here and watching this XRP show that I have every single week. So I appreciate it. Like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what you guys think down below and we can talk there. So have a good night and take care, and you'll be hearing from me soon. Peace.